I was so impressed with this brand. Hi guys, I'm Thiago, welcome back to my channel. Here we talk about fragrances. Today I'm bringing you another first impressions from a brand that I was very surprised, very impressed at this Essence this year, back in Milan in the beginning of March. And it is GINI Parfum. I've heard about it before from friends, but I've tried it for the first time at Essence and I was definitely very impressed. The collection is very well done. There are interesting scents. For the most part, they're unique. So let's check them out and let's talk about them. It has a little card and I'll read you sort of the first short copy that it has here. My journey of search for myself begins from my roots, starting the tale of my story into perfume. I speak to the soul through the nose, conveying beauty, grace and wonder. Pretty nice. The owner of the brand, Francesco Gini, is such a nice guy and he really has a passion for fragrances, and I really enjoyed just hearing him talking about how he created the fragrances, how he engaged in the creative process for each collection, because he kind of has sub collections even though it's just a whole line. For example, the first three that he showed me were basically based on Italian lifestyle and landscape and wine. So the first one, Suavemente, is inspired by white wine. So I expected something light and sparkly and slightly fruity maybe. I've already tried these all in Essence, but of course that environment is ultra saturated with fragrance. So yeah, I'll spray each and every one of them on the cards because I don't have blotters here, but yeah, the cards will do. Let's check it out. Yeah, I remember this one. If you like sort of aquatic, slightly fruity, musky scents, imagine this as being sort of an acqua di sale from Profumo Roma, but with some fruits and much softer. Acqua di sale is very harsh and aggressive, although I love it, it's my favorite aquatic. Yeah, this just screams summer. It's slightly green, has some herbal nuances, but also some sparkly fruits like citruses and other fruits maybe, but soft fruits. It doesn't feel harsh in any way. It definitely has that slightly salty nuance undertone, slightly woody as it's drying down. Yeah, just a very nice scent, especially now that the weather is starting to warm up. Well, not really here in Belgium, to be honest. It seems like the winter just came back. The spring just did a 180 and got away. Yeah, this really nice. Light, sparkly, citrusy, fruity, soft, salty and musky. Feels like just drinking a glass of white wine in, let's say, the side of Lake Como. Yeah, just greenery far away and the water blue against the green of the mountains. Yeah, just really nice fragrance. The second one, inspired by wine and Italian culture and all that good stuff, is Dolce far niente, of course. And I believe this one was inspired by some sort of other wine that I'm not very familiar with. I don't really like drinking wine, to be honest, but I'm from Portugal and wine is very much part of our culture. So I would say, just smelling it in the air, this would be probably like a slightly fortified wine, but not quite a red wine or a port wine. Those are very rich and dense and decadent and sweet. Wow. This is also slightly fruity. I'd say dried fruits, but dry, like really dry, not juicy at all. Maybe white grapes slightly dried off. I can imagine if the grapes were made into a powder. And it's very woody and very dry. It almost feels, I don't know, Gaiac wood-esque. Dolce far niente. Really nice. I would see this as a transitional fragrance for spring, fall. I mean, this would work all year round, maybe not in the summer because it has a bit of sweetness. I don't know if it has vanilla or tonka bean, but maybe a little bit of sweetness. Again, guys, I'm not looking at notes, so I'm not sure. These are truly just spray and sniff, and this is what I'm getting. Dry woods, dry fruits, slightly sweet, very elegant, super smooth fragrance. Dolce far niente. Now the other one, in the inspired by wine and Italian culture and so on, is inspired by red wine. So Rosso Oscuro. And Rosso Oscuro, I remember being a very romantic fragrance, like proper date night fragrance. So yeah, let's spray it, and I can already smell it. Yeah, a big rose, bright, full, dense red rose. Wow. It's like rose and dates, or maybe I'm missing the word here, but a big rose and dried fruits. Really romantic, slightly honeyed as well. It has a type of sweetness that's not really like a dense vanilla or a caramel. No, none of that. Big rose with dried fruits. This for a date night would be pretty good. I would like to wear this on a date night, to be honest. Now, I remember the next ones being sort of inspired by Francesco's life, chapters on his life. I don't remember quite well the stories. I know I was quite captivated by the stories that he was telling me, why he made the fragrances, why they're called what they're called. But to be honest, I don't remember word by word, so I'm not going to just make things up. And the first one is Ivre de Vie. It seems like a French name, doesn't seem like an Italian name, so that's why I'm pronouncing it differently. Let's hope that's the case, but anyway, Ivre de Vie, let's check it out. Couple of good sprays, and I don't remember this one very well. Ooh, interesting. It has a sort of caramelly sweetness and saffron, maybe. This is very abstract and very interesting. Slightly leathery as well, maybe from the saffron impression that I'm getting. I'm not sure about the notes. It is slightly smoky as well. Yeah, dry, smoky, woody, that saffrony, leathery nuance. Not sure if those are the notes again, but that's what I'm getting. Yeah, it almost smells like popcorn in the opening, but with a woody, smoky nuance in the middle. Very interesting. Ivre de Vie. The next one is Canto Libero. I don't remember as well, to be honest. Check it out again. Oh, so this one is quite more of an uplifting scent. Quite herbal and woody. It almost smells like a sort of fougere, but not quite. It does have a slightly fruity opening, a bit non-distinct. I would say maybe pineapple with some citruses, but they're soft, fruity nuances. They're not quite screaming at you. Very nice. There's a herbal, slightly floral nuance to it. Almost tea-like, slightly spicy, definitely grassy, feels green and slightly floral, a bit spicy. A boozy as well in a way, like a fresh cocktail with fruits. Feels slightly resinous, slightly dry, herbal, spicy, and very softly fruity. Very nice. This for a daily fragrance would be pretty nice, and it's quite unique. I've, again, never smelled anything quite like this. So another one in this sort of line chronology, whatever you want to call it, is Dancing on My Own. I do remember being quite touched by the story of Dancing on My Own. I don't remember the story details, to be honest, but let's smell it again. Wow, patchouli. I definitely get patchouli right up top. Yeah, I love patchouli, and so when it's present, I get it. Dancing on My Own. It is quite a cold fragrance, I would say. It does have a sparkle in the opening. It feels quite acidic in contrast with the patchouli that's dry, almost like chocolate shavings buried underground. It smells like dirt and woods and herbs, contrasted with this slightly acidic vibe. I would say like a bitter orange peel, something like that. Has a bit of spiciness, but it's not a very spicy fragrance to my nose. Definitely resinous. So this is an amber patchouli fragrance with a zing up top. I will put the notes, of course, as I'm speaking, along with the name of the fragrance, but yeah, these are just my first impressions again. I remember the next ones were inspired by his trips to Japan. I think it was specifically Japan. Let's check the first one out. It's Nuvola Doente. So Nuvola Doente, again, I'm not Italian, sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong. I'm Portuguese, so yeah, there's that. But so let's check Nuvola Doente. Oh wow, this, I mean, I'm smiling. Yeah, I remember having a similar reaction when I smelled it at Exons. Yeah, wow. If you like sweet fragrances, if you're a gourmand fragrance lover, like I am, I have a sweet tooth, I have to admit. Some fragrances that some connoisseurs don't like because they're too sweet, maybe I like them. But I like a lot of stuff. Like I like smoky leathers and earthy scents, and that's what I'm most interested in now. Smoky, incensey, earthy, iris, so on. But I do like a gourmand, and this is well done. I would say it goes in the realm of Ambre Narguilé from Hermès, composed by Jean-Claude Helena, from the Hermescence line of Hermès. I mean, everyone knows Ambre Narguilé, I think. If you don't know it, it's worth checking out. It's a fantastic gourmand. Smells like apple pie or apple shisha. It's a really good scent. This goes in that direction, not quite like Wajan and from Parfum de Marly and Angel Share from Kilian Do It. Those are almost clones in a sweeter way. It isn't a clone, but it goes in that space. So yeah, I get vanilla, spices, I would say cinnamon, maybe cloves. It doesn't have that apple pie vibe, but it's a sweet fragrance that would remind you of those fragrances, and it's very well done. It has a lighter aura about it, really nice, and you know, brought me a smile to my face, so that's always a good thing when smelling fragrances, isn't it? I think so, at least. Next one, I remember loving this one. It's called Shibumi. And Shibumi is also inspired by his trips to Japan. Let's check it out. Is quite a gentle fragrance. I remember this one. It smells like cherry blossoms, smells like... But cherry blossoms sometimes have a shampoo-like vibe to them. They can be very harsh. I don't think it's the case here. It's very, very happy. It's a happy scent. Yeah, I would say cherry blossoms all the way. Very soft, very sophisticated. It's a happy scent. So yeah, this smells probably like Japan smells right now in this time of the year. I've never been to Japan, but I know a lot of people go there in this time of the year because the cherry trees are blossoming. So yeah. Let's check the other one in this lineup. It's Ikigai. So Ikigai, I remember it being more woody, but I might be wrong. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. This is your hinoki, woody, very dry, almost piney in a way, but not quite piney. It's hinoki wood. It has a sort of peppery vibe about it, while not being a peppery scent per se, but yeah, smells like hinoki and incense and pepper. This is something I'm quite into right now. It's quite a nice scent. I would wear this daily with no problem. Yeah, Ikigai. Really nice scent. Has a sort of minty, piney nuance about it. Very woody, dry, incensey and peppery. Again, I was super impressed by these at Essence, and it's not changing now. I really like this lineup, GINI Parfums, to be honest. I was very impressed. They are not like, they're not fragrances that shout, you know? They are well composed, they're unique for the most part. Yeah, they're captivating scents, and it doesn't feel like those neo-niche brands that all smell close to each other because they have a ambery woody base. It's not the case. There are no amber woods here to be found to my nose. So the next one was inspired by Freddie Mercury. Am I right? Yeah, this is sort of narcotic. It's powdery, it's harsh, slightly spicy. It smells like apple, a more harsh, acidic apple, like a green apple. I had to check, it is Freddie Mercury. This is inspired by, like a jewel. And yeah, it's sort of narcotic, slightly floral, harsh, acidic. I'm not sure if it's apple that's listed, or if it's like citruses and some sort of acidic vegetal nuance to it. But it does smell of the environment that Freddie Mercury would be involved in at the time. It's sparkly, yeah, it's complex, but it's a bit harsh up top. Slightly boozy as well, like, to me it smells a bit like an apple liqueur, but it's not sweet, it's very acidic. Definitely woody and definitely cinnamon in here. It's nice, it isn't quite for me, it's very vibrant and harsh up top. You can see the inspiration on Freddie Mercury. Now the last one in this discovery kit, and also I think one of the latest launches of the brand, it's Paloma y Raíces. And this one, I remember it being inspired by Frida Kahlo. It was a very interesting fragrance. It was very floral and big, like a big tuberose. Yeah, big tuberose. Has a particular texture to it. It's buttery. It's a buttery tuberose. Yeah, a bit of coffee as well. Slightly minty up top, but I'm not sure if it's from the tuberose itself, because sometimes the tuberose can have a very green aspect to it. Here it's a big tuberose, in the style of tuberose that's used maybe in Carnal Flower. Not as huge and not as harsh as Carnal Flower. Wow, this is special. This is special. It's quite ambery as well. Complex. This is a complex one. I would say there's maybe, I don't know, either Tolu Balsam or benzoin because of the buttery ambery nature that it has. The tuberose and the coffee are the main players in the opening. Yeah, this it's ambery, it's sweet, it's bold. The inspiration on Frida Kahlo, I mean, yeah, this is a fantastic fragrance and a good homage to the personality. Guys, I hope you enjoyed. Thank you very much for watching. This was GINI Parfum. I hope you liked me going through the samples. We went through 11 fragrances today, 11 different fragrances. My room smells amazing. It was nice to revisit GINI Parfum. Like, the brand was truly a standout at Essence this year for me. I was very excited to try it, and I'm glad I did. And I'm glad I got to spend a bit of time talking with Francesco. He is such a genuine guy and has a true passion for fragrances, has a true passion for his line. And these fragrances were made with intention, and that's what moves me right now in my journey. They're refined, they're well made, they're kind of unique. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Thanks again very much for watching and for sticking through the whole video if you did. If you like my style of talking about fragrances. And if you like the videos, feel free to subscribe if you want to. That's very much appreciated. I love seeing your faces in the comments, so let's talk about these fragrances or any other fragrances, and see you in the next one. Thank you guys. Bye bye.